It's been 10 years since the world first heard the name Shasta Groene. She lived through a nightmare no one could possibly imagine. Tonight, Shasta the victim will transform before your eyes to Shasta the survivor. The images you remember. Tonight in Shasta's story, the interview you'll never forget.
Good evening, I'm Stephanie Vigil. The images are seared in our memory. The Amber Alert, the desperate search, the miracle rescue. That's what we remember. But beyond these pictures was a young girl who for 10 years fought to free herself from the stigma of celebrity because of the tragedy she endured. Tonight reveals what happened during those darkest days and how she survived. It's an interview you won't forget. Here now is Gabe Cohen.
I think I'm ready to just live my life and just start over.
On a new path, far from home, Shasta Groene clears her mind.
I definitely think it's peaceful to kind of get away from everything and just walk.
She does this every day.
I just kind of think about my life and everything that I've been through.
And what lies ahead.
Life has definitely changed.
Her way to remember and to forget.
Coeur County Sheriff now investigating a triple homicide east of Coeur d'Alene.
On May 16, 2005, the inland Northwest froze.
2 adults and 1 young teenage male dead. 2 other children, ages 8 and 9, missing.
The crime shook quiet Coeur d'Alene, a community praying for the children's safe return.
Our prayers are there with those 2 kids, and I just hope they come home.
But Shasta Groene and her brother Dylan were gone without a trace. More than a month passed with the kids captive in the Montana wilderness. Many thought hope was lost.
Still, no signs of or leads on the missing children.
They were wrong.
Shasta Groene is found alive.
On July 2nd, 2005, Shasta Groene came home. A miracle many hoped would be an end to this ordeal.
I can't even imagine what she's been through.
But for Shasta,
what do you remember about your family's tragedy 10 years ago?
The story wasn't done.
I mean, I remember just everything that happened with Joseph Duncan. I remember all that stuff because honestly, I don't think that however many years passed by, that's something that anybody could forget.
In many ways, her ordeal was just beginning.
In the time that followed this tragedy, what was it like to be Shasta Groene in North Idaho, in Coeur d'Alene?
I couldn't really live my life or go anywhere without someone recognizing me or, for years, for maybe like 5-6 years. I mean, I'd be out grocery shopping with my family and people would just be staring and would come up to us and be like, are you the Shasta Groene or are you Steve Groene? And, just that kind of stuff.
And how did that make you feel?
It made me feel kind of bad inside because I felt like people were remembering me for what I had gone through, and I know that that's kind of inevitable, but I felt like they were trying to make us relive what happened to us as a family. Wherever I went, it was just, oh my God, it's Shasta Groene, as if I, was famous, and I didn't like that. It was just kind of like, I'm a normal girl, treat me like I'm a normal girl.
But Shasta became a celebrity victim, defined by tragedy and plagued by guilt.
There was years and years that I spent feeling like what happened was my fault, like I could have done something to change what happened. As a kid, I felt really ashamed for what I had went through. I had my innocence taken from me. I felt really ashamed about that, and for that, I didn't feel like I was a normal 8-year-old little girl, and I hated that. I hated it so much. I wanted to be everybody else but myself.
How did that affect you, being at school, being in the community?
For the longest time, whenever I thought about my mom, I would think about what happened, that night of May 16th, and it was causing me a lot more pain than I had already felt. Well, as a kid, I started having thoughts where, me having been raped and stuff, I couldn't understand, why a guy would want to do that to a little boy and a little girl and a family. And so, some thoughts came in my head of, maybe that's all I'll ever be good for.
As she grew up, Shasta found comfort in a dark place.
When I was about 12, I think that's when I got drunk for my first time, started smoking marijuana. Me being 12, I was hanging out with 17-year-olds and just, I felt a lot better being with those people because I felt like those people didn't see me as that little girl. It was just kind of like, oh, you know, Shasta, she'll get high with us or she'll party with us, and that felt good to me in a sense for a long time. And then when I was 14, that was the first time that I had ever done methamphetamines, and that completely changed my life forever. From that day on, it was just kind of nonstop, just getting in trouble, pushing people away.
Addiction had its consequences. In early 2014, drug-related crime landed Shasta in juvenile detention, a 12-month sentence that saved her life.
I don't know where I'd be. I don't know if I'd be dead. I don't know, you know, if I'd be in prison. You know, I just don't know where I'd be. But I'm very grateful that I had the opportunity to go to that program and meet the people that I did.
8 months ago, Shasta left the program, clean of addiction, and she says truly happy for the first time in 10 years.
And what was the moment you realized you didn't want to go back to Coeur d'Alene, that you needed a fresh start?
I had made friendships that I felt like were gonna last forever, and those people were in this area, kind of, you know, like some in Boise, some, you know, like a couple hours away. And it was just kind of like, I don't ever want to leave these people. You know, like these people changed my life and I want to be with them forever.
Shasta and her family never let go of what they lost. Her mother's name forever etched on her arm, a testament to the love she still feels today.
Usually when we have family gatherings, sometimes it just rains. And so we have this like conspiracy or this thing where like, well, that's our mom, you know, like she's showing up to wherever we are. We've never ever forgotten, and we treat every day like they would still be here with us. You know, birthdays, we still celebrate. My mom's birthday, we still celebrate. My brother's birthday.
And what are those days like for you? Your mother's birthday, your brother's birthdays?
Those days are hard, especially when, you know, I grew up and I had to realize that I need to embrace those days, and I need to feel what I feel so that I can work through it.
She's been working through that pain for 10 years, but today, something's different. A new life, with a future she never expected.
I'm having a baby.
When we return, Shasta explains why she believes her pregnancy is a miracle, and she shares a message for Joseph Duncan.
What would you say to Joseph Duncan if you saw him today?
I'd want him to know that.
Welcome back. If you looked at our Facebook page at all this week, you saw the emotion from people who remember Shasta's story. Her survival became a symbol of hope for us, but that hope is what Shasta lost for a time. Now she has a new mission in the form of what she calls a small miracle. Here is Gabe Cohen with the next chapter of Shasta's story.
After 10 tough years of pain and perseverance, Shasta Groene found her purpose.
Why did you want to do this interview?
I just want people to know that it's never too late to get help for yourself, and that it's never too late to start working on issues that you have within yourself. It's just never too late, and I want people to know that even the strongest people will have weak moments.
Shasta says those weak moments controlled her childhood, but today, hope drives her forward with help from her new fiancé.
There's just this connection with him that I have never had with anybody else.
And the gift that together they'll bring into the world.
And I understand there's a special someone on the way.
Yes. I'm having a baby. I'm due March 12th of 2016, so that's pretty exciting.
How do you feel about it?
You know, for the longest time I felt like within myself that I couldn't have kids, and I've always told my dad that too. I was like, Dad, I don't think I can have kids.
She assumed her captor did too much physical damage.
The fact that I'm pregnant now and expecting I almost feel like this baby is a miracle baby, and it's gonna be something that's gonna change my life for the better, honestly. I can raise my child in the way that I was grateful that my mom raised me, and to, you know, teach my child things that my mom never got to teach me.
Shasta's rebirth came quickly after 10 tough years, but a long journey of love lies ahead.
Who is Shasta Groene today?
I want to be the survivor and someone that reaches out and helps other people that maybe have gone through the similar situations that I have, or that have gone through any type of abuse, and I want to help them go from being a victim to a survivor.
What would be one piece of advice you'd want to give to young people out there who are struggling with the pains that you have felt in your life?
The advice that I would give them is don't try to grow up too fast. If you're feeling a certain way about a situation or about something that's happened in your life, do something to change it. If you're tired of feeling that way, change it. I want to help other people get to that point in their life where they can not be totally consumed about what happened to them.
Just as Shasta finally feels free.
What would you say to Joseph Duncan if you saw him today?
I'd want him to know that, yeah, what he did had affected my life, but I'd want him to know that he doesn't control me and he doesn't control how I feel. He's the person that took away my family and took away my innocence and everything, but I don't ever really think about him. It's just always my family, and I want him to know that he doesn't have any power right now, because he's the one sitting in prison while I'm out living my life, and he's the one that has to live with the decisions that he's made while I'm out here making good decisions, and I don't have regrets with my life.
A life filled with strength and struggles that together brought her here, to this new path.
I'm pretty grateful for everything that I've been through. I have thought, you know, how come it had to be my brother and not me? And how come I was chosen to stay on this earth? And, you know, I've kind of thought about that a lot. But then also at the same time, like, I've also had to take a step back and be like, you know, I should be grateful that I'm here and that I can teach people what I went through.
Even as she learns new lessons.
I feel like it makes me stronger as a person, and even though sometimes I don't know who I am right now, I know that I will get to a spot in my life where I can say, yeah, this is who I am.
It's hard to say when she'll get there, but each step brings her just a bit closer.
I'm getting there, and I feel a peace in my life that I've never really felt before.
Well, Gabe joins us now, and Gabe, I tell you, everyone has worried about her. It's so wonderful to see that she is moving on with her life, but her father was there for her when she was brought back to North Idaho. Are they still close to this day?
Yeah, Shasta and Steph are still very close. She says that she wanted to create her own life in southern Idaho, wanted to separate herself so she could really help herself grow up, but she says that her dad's given her so much guidance and continues to do it to this day.
I'm sure a lot of strength as well. And you found out the birth of the baby. Are you going to tell us?
I did, yeah. It's a baby boy. Shasta is incredibly excited. She says if it was a girl, she was going to name it Brenda after her mother, but she said you never know what's going to happen down the line.
You know, she seems so eager and open talking with you, Gabe. Do you think that this has brought her some closure?
Well, you always hope telling these stories that having a person open up, allowing them to open up in ways they haven't before is going to bring them that closure. But just seeing Shasta, seeing how strong she was, how well-spoken, how ready to talk that she really was, I think others, our viewers, are going to learn a lot more from her than she will from any story she'd do. She's the girl that brought us hope, but she's also the heroine. She is not allowing this to get the best of her and in turn going to help others. I can't tell you how much this warms our hearts. Thank you, Gabe.